Good morning, this is Nicholas from Gandora Gaming, and today I bring you guys a very special video today because I finally got an updated Vinsmoke Reiju in live person deck profile for you all today. If you don't know, this is my top 10 favorite leaders in the entire game. This deck is just so much fun. The Power Ranger concept, transforming your little units into larger units and drawing every turn, is a very fun concept, and it's just a really cool deck. And I wanted to bring you guys a live deck profile for the longest time, but sadly finding a 4-cost Reiju in this economy has been really tough at my locals. I finally got one about 2 weeks ago, but by then OP07 was literally right around the corner, so I decided to hold off until OP07 to do an updated deck profile for you all. So I really hope you all enjoy. So let's get straight into this. So first things first, she is our lovely blue-purple leader out of OP06. She has 4 life, and her whole gimmick is that when a Dawn card is returned to the Dawn deck on your turn, once per turn, you can draw 1 card. Basically, every time you minus a Dawn, you get to draw 1, which is a very fantastic effect. And overall, it's just a great ability in general. Now, there's 2 ways to build Reiju. There's the Power Ranger route, which I think is the more fun route. And then there's a build where you just play a whole bunch of really generic, good purple cards. And the idea is that you're just playing a purple deck that draws every time they minus a Dawn. So you play a lot of big cost units like 10-drop Kaido and things like that in order just to plus like that. Now, ultimately, I decided to go with the Power Ranger route because 1, that's my favorite build of this deck, and 2, we got some really good cards out of OP07 that makes the Power Ranger route just way better going forward. So let's just get straight into this. So first things first, let's talk about the boss monster deck, that being Vinsmoke Judge. Vinsmoke Judge is a behemoth of a card. We are playing 2 of it in our current build. What does he do? So basically, he's an 8-cost 8,000 that on play minuses 1 Dawn to play basically 4 characters directly from our trash onto the field that have 4,000 or less power. And then basically during the main phase, you can minus 1 Dawn to rest one of your opponent's Dawn cards. Now, this effect actually comes up a lot against decks like Nami and Bonnie, because basically what this effect allows us to do is that we can minus a Dawn, rest their 1 Dawn, and then stop them from using their events that they had planned, or stop Bonnie from resting any of our units. Because, you know, Bonnie's whole gimmick is that basically she leaves 1 Dawn open during the end phase, so that when you swing with any unit, she gets to rest whatever she wants, which is really annoying. But Judge basically prevents that. Now, I'm only playing 2 Judge because he's basically the boss monster and the final bomb we do to out-resource our opponent. We work our way up to Judge. We minus so much Dawn that by the time we get to Judge in playing him out and actually doing his effect, we're in the end game when it comes to actual effects. And that's basically it. He's our bomb. He allows us to summon like 5 dudes from deck and draw multiple cards. He's just a really insane card, and I think he's just perfect at 2. Next, we're playing 4 Vinsmoke Ichiji. This is actually the main card of the deck. This is the staple. This is our Rush Boy. Basically, a 7-cost, 7k. On play, if the number of Dawn decks on the field is less than your opponent, this character gains Rush, and it gives a character minus 2,000 power this turn. Now, the reason why this is so important is because we are playing the Power Rangers. Basically, the whole gimmick of this deck is that you use smaller dudes to tag themselves out into bigger dudes from either the hand or trash. So all the little dudes have the effect that during the main phase, you can minus 1 Dawn. Then, if your leader is Germa66, play 1 Vinsmoke Ichiji with 7 costs from your hand or trash. So the idea what you want to do is that you want to play out these little dudes, then play out the bigger guys from your trash in order to get bonus effects. So this guy is a rusher. You can play him on your 3 Dawn turn and just rush him with a 7k, which is just absolutely incredible and absolutely stupid. Now, before OP07, we had to wait till our 4 Dawn turn in order to actually get to the point where we can actually play him, but that is no longer the case. We can actually rush our opponent on turn 3 now, which is a devastating thing, and absolutely helps us going first. Next things next, we're playing 4 Vinsmoke Nichiji. This card's absolutely insane. Basically, on play, if your Dawn is less than your opponent or equal to your opponent, you get to either KO up to one of your opponent's 2 cost or less characters, or return one of their opponent's characters with 4 or less to the hand. So basically, we're always getting a bounce effect. So basically, because we're playing the 3 costs, we can play this guy for free on a 3 Dawn turn, minus a Dawn, play out him, bounce back a 4 cost character, which is just absolutely incredible and just a great addition to the deck. Next card that we are playing is our last Transformer, which is Vinsmoke Reiju. She's the reason why it took so long to actually get a deck profile for y'all today. She's not a really expensive card. She used to be. She used to be like $20 a copy. Luckily, I got her down when she was like $4 to $6 a copy. So thank God for that. But she was just really, really hard to find. But luckily, I finally got my playset, and she is absolutely worth it because she's one of the best purple cards in the game. Basically, on play, if the number of Dawn cards on the field is less than or equal to your opponent's Dawn, and you have less than 5 cards in hand, draw 2. So the idea is that you want to play Vinsmoke Reiju minus a Dawn, play out Vinsmoke Reiju again, the 4 cost, draw 2 off her, and then draw 1 off leader. So with these 2 cards and leader effect, you actually draw 3, which is absolutely insane and really, really good. This is our only, blue card we're actually playing in the deck, which is Pudding. This card could easily have been a lot of cards, which I'm going to discuss in a moment. But because we do have access to the blue aspect of the game, I feel like Pudding is just the best one. If you go against a deck like Red, Purple Luffy, or Enel, or Uta, this card shuffling back their whole hand is just devastating. It's just a really, really powerful card. Not to mention, it's only a 4 cost card, meaning we usually have 4 Dawn to spare, allowing us to just completely shuffle back their hand and just completely tempo out of the game. Next, this is the brand new OP07 card that we got, that being Porsche. Now, Porsche is actually kind of insane. This card came out for the Foxy Pirates, which you should be expecting a deck profile on that shortly. But this card's absolutely insane for the Reiju deck. So this card basically says, on play, -1 Dawn, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal 1 Foxy Pirates, and then add it to your hand. Then place the rest of the bottom deck, and play 1 purple character 4 or less from your hand. So basically what Porsche allows us to do on our 3 Dawn turn is that we can play Porsche, search out either herself or this lovely, lovely Tony Chopper, which is just a blocker that ramps 1. Then we can play either the Tony Chopper or any of these guys directly from the hand. Because she basically allows us to play any purple character with 4,000 or less power, and all these guys are 4,000 or less power. So the idea is that you want to play Porsche, search out either another Porsche or a Tony Chopper, then either play a Tony Chopper directly off her ability, or play one of our dudes, activate their effects, minus a Dawn, play out their bigger versions, and then use their bigger versions effect. It's a very, very cool tempo swing, and it gives a huge boom to the deck. Not only is this a new blocker that's just really, really great for the deck, but it also ramps 1, which is really, really good because you do minus a lot in this deck. So this is a good tempo back into the game. Not to mention, this is a 3 cost 5k. It's a big monster. Now, I wish it had counter, but who cares? We have plenty of counter in this deck and plenty of discards. So overall, it's just a great card in general. Next, for our 2Ks, we're playing 4 Sora. She's really, really great. She's a 1 cost, 0,000 power. 2K that says, on play, you trash 1 card from your hand. Then, if the number of Dawn is less than or equal to your opponent, add 1 Vinsmoke type character with 4,000 less from your hand. So this card basically allows you to add back any of these guys from your graveyard, which is just really, really good and just a great card overall. Next, we're playing 4 Germa66. This card's absolutely insane. It's basically a Rhoda for the deck. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Reveal up to 1 Germa66 card, add it to your hand. Then place the rest on the bottom of the deck. Trigger, draw 1 card. And then finally, the best card in our deck, we're playing 4 Kingdom of Germa. This card's our field spell. The whole deck revolves around this card, and this card. This card is absolutely insane. Kingdom of Germa basically allows you to, once per turn, trash 1 card from your hand, load the top 3 cards of your deck, reveal one card with Germa and then add it to your hand and place the rest on the bottom of the deck. So you filter through your deck very, very frequently. You're drawing off your leader ability, you're searching with your spells, you're searching off the field spell. This guy is playing one from deck and also searching. There's a lot of searching and a lot of card consumption throughout the deck. And the idea is that you want to use the field spell effect to pitch your big cost characters in order to then search out your little cost characters in order to then play the little cost characters and then minus a Dawn to draw one and play out your bigger ones from grave. That's kind of the whole gimmick of the deck, and I think this build's absolutely insane. Now, there is a big elephant in the room. Two big elephants, to be exact. First things first, where is the green Power Ranger? If you don't know, there is actually 4 Power Rangers in the archetype. They're all based around him, and basically they're his kids. We have the oldest son, the second oldest son, the daughter, but we're also, of course, missing Sanji, who's a new 2K that came out in this set, and we are missing the green Nichiji. I don't know, he's Nichiji. What's the green one's name? Yoji? Yoji? I think that's his name. Well, first things first, Yoji just isn't good enough. He's a 4-cost blocker that gains 1,000 power if you have less Dawn than your opponent. Well, it just isn't good enough because there's so much removal for 4-cost characters that if they're not actually drawing us 3 cards, they're just not worth playing. As for the other card, that being these, what's it called? The 2K Sanji, honestly, that could easily be your lovely, lovely Pudding. But I feel like Pudding was just stronger than 2K Sanji because if you go against Red Purple Law, they're going to have less Dawn in you. And them having less Dawn in you can really, really hurt your game. So I figured instead of playing a 3-cost block, well, it's technically a 6-cost that becomes a 3-cost blocker. I feel like this card is just way better overall. It gets better matchups. But if you want, you can definitely put in the Sanjis, the 2K that came out for OP07, right here where the puddings are. And then you have a completely amazing pure list. But ultimately, I thought like Pudding was just too good of a blue card not to play. We are blue-purple after all, so we should be playing it. I think like this package right here is absolutely insane. The Choppers Ramparts one plus give us a blocker that replaces the Nichiji, Yonji, my apologies, and also replaces the 2K Sanji, which is really, really good. Not to mention the fact that Porsche can play out any of these guys on turn 3. It's just really, really insane. And overall, it's just great tempo for us. And overall, I'm just really happy about it. And I hope you all enjoy. Don't do anything stupid. I'll see you on the next one. And bye-bye.